Welcome to the Windows 10 technical preview. So, as you can see, here we are using the evaluation copy at build 9841. So let's take you through everything. So, this is what you get to when you click the Windows Explorer icon. It opens up into what is called the home screen. Now this is quite similar to Mac and Linux. That's partly where I think they've done it, because they've been doing that for about 20 or 30 years. They've had the home screen there, you know, since like OS 2 and stuff like that. So it's taken them a little while to catch on. But it's fair enough, because Windows is sort of slowly doing anything, although sometimes I think they're taking a step backwards, but I think Windows 10 is probably a step forwards from 8.1, certainly. So here you go, here's all my drives, and they do act exactly the same. This is an external USB drive. You see if I plug it in. It operates just like Windows 8.1 does when it sees a removable drive. Give it a minute. It's taking a while. I think I have to reset the drive. Okay, so I've just reset the drive because it's one of those externally powered drives, so sometimes it can take a little while to work. Okay, there we go. See, it comes up in the corner and you can choose what happens, so just like you could in Windows 8.1, and you can obviously cancel doing anything. So let's take a look at the start menu. As you can see, it's changed since the last version, and you've still got all these tiles that you can choose, so you can put live tiles in and customize what you want. So they've kept the live tiles, but they've managed to make it into more like a Windows 7 start menu. And obviously you still have all the options at the top, like to shut down, hibernate, restart, although hibernate has to be selected from there. Now let's just go straight to the PC settings, which is a window just like Windows 8.1, where you can choose all the devices. You can see like the PC info there, which is a Core i3, because this HP Pavilion was a Pentium dual core and I upgraded it to Core i3. So disk space, we have a 320 gig hard drive, and I've used 16.1 megabytes in apps, so virtually nothing. The rest will be an operating system, which again seems to be quite small. It's actually much smaller than the original. One thing there is to note, like you say, if you go into here, it's just like Windows 8.1. You will get results from both the PC and the internet. So you see the options down here, they're internet options, and obviously here is what's on the PC. One thing to note when you are doing power options is some people do not understand or do not like the option that says what kind of shutdown you want to do. So if I go here, I'll make this full screen, you've got greyed out options. We've got fast shutdown or fast startup, so it shuts down in a sort of hibernate. Now if you do that and you have administrative privileges, you can change that setting so it shuts down like an old computer. It shuts down properly. With that on, it sort of hibernates the kernel as a shutdown like Windows 8.1 did. So it's probably good to turn that off if you want the computer to, because sometimes I've noticed, like on corporate Wi-Fi, because our school's got a WPA2 enterprise Wi-Fi, if you have shut down a PC with fast startup, so by just pressing the power button or telling it to shut down like with the power button, it sometimes doesn't connect to the Wi-Fi because it doesn't work properly because it hasn't closed everything. That was a bug in 8.1. It might have been fixed. The other way of shutting down, if you haven't enabled that or can't enable that, is this command here. Now what that does is it shuts the PC down, and the P stands for planned, because if you do this, you can see all the shutdown options, just like it was in Windows 7 and Windows 8.1. Here's all your different ones. See that expected, planned, unexpected equals U. So obviously it tells you, so if it was on a server, it would tell all the users why the machine's shutting down, and it's a planned shutdown. And that's a full shutdown and restart. That's just shuts. You can do shutdown /S, so it just does a normal shutdown without having to say planned or whatnot. Reboot to the operating system without fully restarting the machine, so soft. So that's like the quick shutdown. Log off L, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. Oh, excuse me. So let's check out the page for it. There's a video on the page I'd like to show you, and it'll take you through some of the features.
Hi, I'm Joe Belfiore with the Windows team. We're happy to have you join in our Windows 10 technical preview. We've designed the tech preview so you can see what we're building as we're building it and tell us what you think. We hope to involve tech enthusiasts like you in our software development process over the next several months so that your feedback becomes part of the next version of Windows. Before I give you a quick tour of what's in this preview, there are a few things you need to know. The tech preview is meant for PC experts who are comfortable downloading unfinished software. If this sounds like you, great! The first step, which you might have already done, is to download and install the tech preview. We recommend you install it on a secondary PC as it's still not finished and there will certainly be some rough edges. But we'll be updating it regularly. As a Windows insider, you'll get two benefits. You'll get more frequent updates with earlier but less polished software, and you'll have access to the Windows Feedback app from which you can send us comments directly. Register to become an insider at the URL on your screen. Keep in mind, the preview is still a work in progress. The design and feature set you see today only scratches the surface of what we have planned. We'll do a lot of polish and additional feature work until we're done. But one thing's for sure, by signing up, you'll be the first to take all of the new features out for a test drive. So, let's get started. The first thing you'll notice is the familiar Windows Start menu is back. And we've tried hard to balance having a super familiar user experience with delivering terrific new improvements. In particular, including a space you can personalize with live tiles for your favorite apps, people, and websites. Search is back, and we've put it both in the Start menu and on the taskbar. So whenever you're looking for something, you'll get results from your PC, but also from the web. One of the biggest new features in Windows 8 was the Windows App Store. But when you ran an app, it was always full screen, optimized for tablet-type devices. With Tech Preview, we're improving how Store apps work for all kinds of PCs, including ones with or without touch, and for big giant screens. Thus, apps from the Windows Store now open in the same format that your desktop programs do. You can resize them and move them around. And they have title bars at the top, so you can maximize, minimize, and close with a click. Windows is great at helping people get stuff done. And one of the areas we're looking for feedback in the Tech Preview is multitasking. Let's look at some of these features. First, we've added a new Task View button, so you can quickly switch between all your open apps. Simple. We've improved the way Windows snap so that it's easier and more powerful. When you snap a window, Windows will make smart suggestions on filling the available screen space with other open apps. You can also now have up to 4 apps snapped on the same screen. If you're working on a lot of different projects using different apps and files, try adding a desktop. Adding a desktop keeps things neatly organized for you. Or you can create a desktop for the things you do at work and a separate one for the things you do at home. That's a super quick tour of Tech Preview and just the smallest glimpse of what's still to come. If you haven't already done so, you can download the Tech Preview and sign up for the Insider program at the URL on the screen. And if you want more details, check out the How-To section of our website. Thanks for being a part of the Windows community. We can't wait to hear what you think about the Tech Preview.
So that's the video on the Tech Preview. And of course all of it is true, and being able to snap 4 windows is quite useful actually. As you can see, here's the Bandicam window which I'm recording. There you go, blah blah blah. It's only in 30 FPS actually, I need to up that to 60 FPS. But anyway, that's pretty useful. Alright, that's the end of that. All the internal apps are still the same. You still get your core WordPad apps, and then of course you get the autocorrect options and all the stuff like that. So it makes suggestions with anything with the words in it, and then of course it searches things. So I can even search Windows. Oh, okay. So it gets me to Windows Update. I didn't mean to do that actually, but you can get it from there. Oh look, preview builds. So it's going to check for any new builds. Oh, there's a new build actually. I'll have to download that later. So it saves files of your copy. It saves copies of your files. I suggest if you are actually going to do any work on Windows 10 that yeah, I need to make a recovery partition. That you do back everything up to your OneDrive account if you have an Outlook account. So if we go to there, if you have an Outlook account, I definitely recommend you sign up to OneDrive. The app is here actually. There you go. So I recommend if you do have OneDrive that you use it, because you will definitely not regret it. you know, because obviously don't spend ages uploading big files, but you know, if you want a bit of extra storage that's more than a memory stick or an external hard drive, I do recommend you sign up for a Microsoft account if you don't already have one. If you have a Microsoft account, just sign into OneDrive, or you know, sign into your PC, and then they're all synced pretty flawlessly over, and then it does it, and then obviously you wait for it to upload, and then all is well. Like I say, it's just like Windows 8, like the way that comes up there with all my specs and whatnot, and that is the model. I did enter that. I would have preferred if that was down there, like it was in Windows 7, because it would take up less room. I don't know if that's been said or not, but I might mention it on the Microsoft forums for them to do, and then hopefully it'll come back up the bottom again, because I think it takes up too much space. Now, that's definitely true. There's definitely something wrong with the hard drive, but I'm just going to ignore it, because obviously the hard drive is just junk. To us, these 320 gig hard drives, it's not the first one I've seen fail in a HP computer. They do seem to have a high failure rate. Well, this laptop you're watching this on had a smashed screen, and I replaced it. I think the reason the hard drive's got a problem, and the reason the screen was smashed, is because somebody dropped it, and that's why it's wrong. But anyway, that's how that is. You get all your core files up here. I believe you can still pin things. Yep, pin to start, and that actually pins it to the live tile area. You can unpin from start, and you can also do the rest from there. So effectively you can clean the tiles up entirely, but this is where all your pinned apps go. And if you go here, you can also do a little search for HP. There you go. So that will take me to a recently viewed link, which is the HP Download Center, HP drivers, HP Trade, printer, Stream 11, all that stuff. All that good stuff. And obviously we still have the Microsoft Store for viewing apps, just like we had in Windows 8.1. So there you go. I haven't installed it yet, but I'm not going to, because I prefer to not use it yet. This app does seem to work quite well. For some reason I can't go all the way across. I don't know why that is. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm not sure what this is. Ah, okay. So that puts it like it used to be. And you can go back up there and exit full screen. You can see all the settings as well. So that takes you to the settings of this app. So my Microsoft account, permissions, terms of use, and also any money I've added to it. And I haven't added any actually. App commands. That's interesting. Well, I don't see anything on that. Project. Ah yeah, projector. Project, not project, project. So obviously you can do, which you can actually do by holding the Windows key and tapping P. There we go. Hopefully that's not screwed up the Bandicam recording. And yeah, obviously I had to have an external wireless card because this computer's missing its internal wireless card. I believe camera works as well. I'm going to get out of the way of the shot because I don't want to be in the shot. There we go. If we look over, we can see my MacBook. Over there, my MacBook. Blah, blah, blah. You can even record. This is a test screen recording of the camera on the HP notebook. And then, if we go to here, screen recording of the camera on the HP notebook. And then, that works. And then what you can do, is you can go into Windows Explorer, which is this one, go into your video, hang on, no, where is it? Maybe it's in pictures. No, go into pictures, and then it's in your camera roll. A screen recording of the camera on the HP notebook. There you go. So, all that works pretty well, and it does find pretty much all of your drivers straight away. In fact, I didn't really have to install any at all. But obviously the hotkeys work, so you get everything on display, including brightness. So yeah, that's pretty much the Windows 10 technical preview. Like I say, what it is really is Windows 8.1, so the engine and kernel that it runs on, with a different UI. And that's pretty much how it is. But I do hope you've enjoyed. And that was the Windows 10 technical preview. More videos on it soon, and more videos on maybe other operating systems soon.